Okay, so in the last video we had a look at the introduction to complex numbers. So now we're going to see how complex numbers are written. So if you look up here, so z is equal to a plus bi. So this is a general form of a complex number. The a represents the real part and the b then represents the imaginary part. So whatever is with I is your imaginary part. So if you look at the examples then here. So if z is equal to minus 2 plus 3i, that means the real part of z will be equal to minus 2. And then the imaginary part of z is equal to 3. The other example then, so we have z is equal to half plus 5 over 2i. So the real part of z will be equal to a half. Then the imaginary part, so whatever part is with I, so the imaginary, so Im of z is equal to 5 over 2. And that's it. So let's just have a look at two more examples. So for the first one, z is equal to minus 1 minus I. So the real part of z is equal to minus 1. And the imaginary part of z, so we have minus I, so if you had a minus x, then the coefficient will be minus 1. So the same applies here, so it's going to be minus 1 as well. Next one then, so if z is equal to a third minus a fifth of I, so the real part of that, so real of z is equal to a third, and then the imaginary part of z is equal to minus a fifth. Okay, so now what we're going to have a look at is Argand diagram. So like with real numbers, we have the normal xy axis. So with complex numbers, there's a similar axis. And if you can plot points on an xy axis, this now is very easy. So if you look up here in yellow, so the x-axis is the real component, and then the y-axis is the imaginary component. So as you know from the xy axis, the x-axis goes across and the y-axis up and down. So in this question we need to plot all of these complex numbers on the Argand diagram. So the first one there is z1. So that is 2 plus 3i. So then going to 2 on the real part, so across the 2, then up to 3i. So it is there. So up here is z1. Now, next one is z2, which is minus 2 plus I. So I'm going across the minus 2 in the real, then up to 1. And this point here will be z2. Now, z3, I have minus 4 minus 3i. So I'm going across to minus 4, then down to 3. So it'll be here, and that is z3. z4 then, I have 4 minus 4i. So across to 4, then down to minus 4, and I have this point here. That is z4. Finally then, I have minus 2i. So I have no real component, so I'm not going across at all. I'm just going straight down to minus 2 here. So that will be z5. Okay, and that's how you plot points on an Argand diagram. Any questions, please leave in the comments. Thank you.